Mark 8s. I know with the Mark 7 GTIs, the most restrictive part, most people would say was the downpipe. The stock downpipe was super restrictive. On the Mark 8, would you say that's the same case, or what would you say is the most restrictive parts? What's the go-to parts people should mod first?
I always like to approach modding in an unorthodox way. On the all-wheel drive cars, I always like throwing on like a JXB all-wheel drive shaft carrier. You know, small things here and there where supporting mods that people often save for later. But in terms of the greatest power gains, hands down intercooler, downpipe. Some folks out there don't believe that the downpipes yield significant gains on the Mark 8s. There's multiple reasons for that. They did upsize in downpipe diameter for the Mark 8s, so they do take a bigger downpipe now. And that gives a little bit more flow even on a catted setup. So the stock downpipe actually makes pretty good power up to a certain flow rate, but it will still hit the same brick wall in terms of restriction once you meet that threshold. So with that being said, of course for off-road use only, catless downpipes still yield the best power when it comes to anything bigger than stock turbo. Most definitely catless high flow exhaust, right? Get the air in as quickly as possible and evacuate the exhaust gases as quickly as possible. And that's going to yield the best results for power. So, but of course, intercooler, heat soak is a huge parasitic power loss on these vehicles. Even with upgraded intercoolers, such as the IE intercooler, which we usually use as our first choice, even then you can still see the effects of heat soak. But IE, in our opinion, has the best intercooler on the market when it comes to the MQBs and the Evos. And other than that, you know, you got your motor mounts, you got your charge piping, etc. But definitely, you know, the elephant in the room would be the turbocharger. That's going to be your first restriction once you go full bolt on. It's going to be the turbo that's holding back your power potential. And once you go bigger turbo, again, on these cars, you gotta upgrade the fueling. They just don't support anything bigger than stock turbo reliably. You're gonna have to sacrifice mixture. Usually going a little bit lean yields more power, but it also yields more risk. And we generally like to just bypass that and upgrade the fueling and make the car run nice and fat. 78, 79, 80 lambda, right around that figure. And that's where we see the cars being the happiest and the temps being the lowest. And longevity is really important to us. It's not just about breaking records and going fast, but also reliability and headroom and making sure the car's healthy.